Okay, so I don't care how the mic sounds. I've just set this up solely to record this. I hate Nioh 2. I played Nioh 1. Nioh 1 was great. Nioh 1 was fun and it was challenging. Nioh 2, I just did this fucking mission, right? This mission, you fight a guy called Gamo Ujisato, right? Look how many submissions there are. You need to do all these submissions, or at least fucking most of them, right? To unlock this. Right, this is an online mission. This is a mission that after they made the game, they said, hey, let's put something else in the game. Let's give our players a challenge, right? Okay, let's see how that challenge goes. This is my recording. I've just beaten all the side missions needed to unlock this mission. It hasn't been completed. I've never done this before. I'll skip ahead a bit. So we start out, and I've got some buffs, so I'm like, okay, I'll poison the dude, because it's probably going to be a long fight. This is where I fought Tachibana Munashige, or however you pronounce that name. He slapped me, he clapped me, he bent me over. There's a rock over here, right, in the corner of the level. Oh my god, I use that rock as life support, basically. This was a great fight. It was so hard compared to like where you were in the game at the time. A lot of people recommended, do the next region and then come back to it, so it's easier. So I see this level, and I have flashbacks. I'm like, oh my god, it's like the Munashige fight. This is going to be so cool. They used this level, like the level where you fight him. Okay. So I was prepping up, I got my poison, I got my lightning talisman. I go for the little, like, cheesy play to start with. I don't run up, I decide to poison him instead. Oh shit, what's that? No. No way! Was that a boss fight? I was shocked, okay? At this point here, right here, no, I realize this guy's health is nothing. I've just beaten him. I'm not doing anything. I'm using Flux too, which gives you like a lot of stamina back. I'm using fucking what else do I even use other than Flux 2? I use this move? I don't even know what this one's called. You run up him and drop down. And I'm using poison and a lightning talisman. I've taken one hit. This is where one of the coolest fucking duels took place, alright? Let's see what Reddit has to say about Tachibana. Okay, so you got some tricks about beating him. Yeah, utilize a rock in the arena. Keep backing off and evading his attacks until he runs out of stamina. Basically, just run the fuck away because he's scary, okay? I'd rate him 4 out of 10. His dual side mission is one of the hardest. Requires some knowledge in addition to his moveset. He'll teach you how to properly face human opponents. He was a real nightmare. He was by far the worst boss in my opinion because of how early you get access to him. That's a bold as eating cheese and... Oh, the Tachibana duel is just brutal. Finally defeated Tachibana. You can't put like this. I loved Nioh 1 loads, right? And it's taken me until now to play Nioh 2. Because when I played Nioh 1, I platinumed it and I sunk so much time into it in such such a short time window. And so I'm like, I've got some free time now. Let's finally try Nioh 2. I'm big excited. I joined the Discord, I joined like the Reddit group, etc, etc, etc. And a few days ago I said, guys, this game feels like a bit too easy, right? They've brought back a lot of Nioh 1 enemies and they've toned them down. The enemies are slower and they're weaker. I'm playing with D agility here, or see, I'm at like 90% equipment weight, so I can barely use any ki. I don't really take much damage, but people generally agree that as you play the game, you should move to like a lower agility or a lower equipment rate. Sorry, so you can make more use of ki. And I said that in the Nioh Discord. I was like, yeah, look, I'm playing with 90% equipment weight at the moment. And people were like, you gotta stop that. This, the game's gonna kick your ass if you keep playing this way. And I've just kept playing this way, and nothing's happened. I'm using like single elixirs in fights. This game has more shrines in each level, which are like checkpoints, basically. The levels seem shorter, at least if you take like the direct route to the end. The where do I do it? Here. Yeah, here. These burst counters, dude. It's not like. I don't know how to word it. Like, if something. You get such a big reward from doing a burst counter, and it's ridiculously easy. You. Like. When you see an enemy charge up and glow red and they're about to do a powerful attack, right? It's supposed to be a moment of tension. Instead, this is a moment of relief because you're like, thank fucking God he used that because now I can counter him and take away all his fucking key. With this one as well, the dodge one that I'm using. See, look at my key right now. It takes no key to dodge. It takes no key to dodge in Nioh, the game about like key management. Like this, yeah, key pulsing, and it's supposed to be like a skill that you acquire, and I do use it in this because I played Nioh 1, so Flux 2. I don't always get it right. I don't always remember to use it. I don't always end up in the right stance that I mean to. But yeah, they just give you a free dodge in a game, and like you've got the yokai shift, which is the old living weapon. That's broken as fuck. Like, that just goes on forever. It takes way longer to charge up unless you use spirit stones to charge it. But it's just incredibly, incredibly strong. And then you've got the yokai abilities as well. I'm not even using these because I just forget to. Because what's the point? The game never asks you or like challenges you to do anything. And you can say, oh, you're only on the 3rd chapter. Well, there's only 6 chapters, as far as I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And I'm assuming 3 of them are DLC, so we'll say 7 chapters. So I'm about halfway through the game. The snake boss, I think on the 3rd level, kicked my ass a couple times. That's been it. Oh, and the ash monster as well, or smoke, whatever he is, Irana, or however you say it. Yeah, he took me a couple tries as well. Other than that, it's been really stupidly, disappointingly easy. And I know people say, oh yeah, they made Nioh 2 easier to kind of attract a larger audience. Because with Nioh 1, you had all the hardcore players playing it, and they're like, yeah, we love the hardcore game. And then Nioh 2, people were going to come back anyway, right? If they enjoyed the first game, they'd come back to this one. So a good way to get more people to play the games, to make it easier, more accessible, so that the people who love the hardcore nature of the first game could come back and, hey, at least they'd be playing Nioh, and all these new players would be able to come play, Nioh 2, and they'd have a good time, and, alright, fine, that's cool, that's good, It's so bad, though. It's just disappointing. I wouldn't care, but, like, I have platinumed. Like, Nioh's one of the only 2 games I've platinumed. Other than Bayonetta. I like these kind of games, I guess. But to go from this, where I remember levels feeling tense and challenging, and feeling like rewarding when I beat them. I felt rewarded when I beat bosses in Nioh 1. Not all of them, because the difficulty does drop. But here it doesn't feel like there's difficulty. And if you've played Nioh, you can watch this clip, right? And you can... I'm not doing anything special. What's the guy's name? Poofa Lama? The guy who plays like Nioh and Stranger of Paradise and stuff. He looks like he dances when he plays this game. Me, I'm running out of ki. I'm just slopping about. I use 2 skills, 2 utility skills as well. But I'm not playing well. I'm not winning this fight because my equipment's a high level, because it's not. I'm not winning this level because my spirit cores, soul cores are a high level, because they're not. I don't bother with them. It's really disappointing. And as I said, you can make fun and be like, oh, he's only on the 3rd region. I am on the 3rd region. I'm about, 40% of the way through the game? And I haven't been challenged once. I've not been challenged once. On the snake boss, I just kept playing sloppy. I was tired. I just kept running into him and spamming heavy attack. And then on the ash fire smoke boss, I didn't realise that you could use the water containers up there. So I didn't actually end up using any of them. And yeah, like the burst counters make the game too easy. You know, that... I don't know, the burst counters feel awful to use, because it feels like the game's just said, here, you having trouble? Here you go, make the enemy glow red and you can just get a free hit off. You know, do damage, smash their ki, and they're very likely going to fall on the floor and let you do a finishing move. The yokai abilities, I don't know, I haven't played around with them. I used the Tengu one. That lets you dodge. And with the Tengu one, you fly up in the air for like quite a while, like probably 2 seconds, if not, it's not 3, I don't think it's 3 seconds, but about 2 seconds you're in the air. And during that time, your ki is recovering. You just leave the battlefield whenever you like and just say, hold up mate, I just want to recover all of my ki. Can you just wait down there a second? And then on top of that, you land and you damage the enemy and you do ki damage. And I know that Nioh 1 got like significantly harder when you went into like Way of the... what is it? Way of the Strong, Way of the Demon, Way of the Wise, Way of the Nioh. But the base game itself still offered like a lot of challenge. Do you remember, if you've played Nioh 1, do you remember the first time you fought a wheel monk and they just ran you the hell over? Yeah, I do. In this game, I remember seeing maybe 2 wheel monks and they just haven't showed up again yet. And they should, because I'm tired of fighting the monkeys, tired of fighting the little things like the old ladies with daggers that just fall over. I'm tired of fighting everything that just has a very easy to hit crystal on it that just melts. I'm tired of fighting Nioh 1 enemies. I'm tired of fighting Nioh 1 Tengus in Nioh 2 because they're not Nioh 1 Tengus. They're weaker, they're slower, they have less AoE, they don't do chip damage. On Ryoki, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, the boss from the first game, so he makes an appearance here. I need to record some gameplay to prove this, and I will. It'll be my next video. I'll do it in about 20 minutes or something. But he was, in Nioh 2, he was ridiculously slow, or at least he felt slow. And no, it's not because I inflicted him with like shock status or electrified or whatever it's called. He just felt incredibly slow in his attacks. The one where like he falls over and like collapse on the ground a few times. I don't know, I felt like I was waiting forever for that to finish. And I don't know, man. It's disappointing. It's genuinely disappointing. I really enjoyed Nioh 1. I really enjoyed Nioh 1. And I don't mind the game being easier. If I don't mind. There are enough ways to make Nioh 2 easy, you know. Look, alright, well, this is a bad example because I don't really have many skill points, but I've got 11 skill points in Magic that I just haven't spent. I'm not bothering with ninjutsu. The only thing I use from ninjutsu is very rarely will I use this. I was just testing this out. And then I've got a tiger running scroll, which makes you move through the levels faster. I got some points and some weapons I don't really care about. I can't even tell if I've got shuffling skills. I can't see if there's a number there or not. I don't think there is. But if you want to break the game, you can break the game. Here, it just feels like the developers have broke the game, you know? If you want, you can still run around and put shocked on everyone, and I'm sure there are magic talismans, like from the first game. I never used them in that either because I enjoyed the base experience, you know? I enjoyed the struggle. I enjoyed dying. I didn't enjoy the duo boss fights in Nioh 1. Those were a bit too much for me. But I did enjoy feeling like I was challenged in a fair way and having something to overcome. And yeah, again, like the difficulty dropped off. If you fought Nobunaga in Nioh 1, he's a joke. So's Kelly. Final boss is like a cool spectacle, but he's easy as well. And that's the final level. You fight 3 bosses in the final level and they're all kind of easy. But by that point, I feel like they should feel easy in... I don't know. They should feel easy because of the way you've learnt to play the game and that. Whereas here, I mean, yeah, I've played Nioh 1, but Nioh 2's introduced all these mechanics, you know, soul cores. Soul cores have got stats applied to them. I'm not sure how they work. You know, burst counters and that. I just don't really interact with this stuff that much, and it's still this easy. And again, yeah, I know, I use the lightning talisman, I use a poison. My bad, guys. I thought the guy on this stage was going to be tricky. If I went back, I didn't need these. That's the point. Some fights, you know, you get by on the skin of your teeth because of the items you used, right? In Nioh 1, at least. And you think, man, thank God I had that, like, life seal talisman, so my enemy couldn't recover key. Here, I'm like, okay, why did I waste time buffing? What? I don't know, man. What an absolute joke. And like, you can still enjoy Nioh 2. That's fine. I'm happy for you. I still want people to enjoy this game. But there's just no game like Nioh, right? Not that I know of, at least. Nothing that scratches the itch the same way Nioh 1 did. Like, I would still go back after I'd beat the game, like platinumed or whatever, yeah. Done all the achievements. And I'd just go on, I'd do random missions for fun. And I'd keep playing for fun. Nioh 2, it feels like I'm playing to get to the part where the game actually wants me to engage with it. Because at the moment, I've been doing all these missions, brain off, you know? Shadow Region. Done these. Pretty sure I've done all of these. But I don't really pay attention. Because missions only take me one try as well. And that's, again, it's not because I'm good at the game. Maybe, like, some of it, yeah, definitely. I've played Nioh 1, so of course I'd have some experience with it. So that would make me better. But this is genuinely easier than Nioh 1. And it's not because of experience, I promise you. I haven't played Nioh 1 for a couple of years now. When I started Nioh 2 again, I was like, how the hell do I get keyballs again? I was like, Flux 2, I can't even Flux 1. I don't know. I'm just sad. I'm actually sad. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I'm very glad that I got Nioh 2 on sale. Because if I'd got it on full price, which I think is still like £50 or something like that, or 40 or whatever, I'd honestly feel ripped off. This is sad. I'm sad. This is like Ninja Dog mode for Nioh 1. I don't know, man.